You can now functionally build a crib in The Sims, plus a couple royalty and legacy mods for you guys today. So without further ado, let's get into today's mod review. But if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And let's get into today's mod review. Alright, so we are in Ondarion because I do have a mod that fixes the thumbnails for the apartments. Now, this is primarily for this world right here, but for the two apartments that we got, the screen was quite small. So now when you click on it, thanks to this mod, it enlarges it so that you guys can see it. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, whatever The Sims did for the UI, it was just so small. So this one makes the thumbnails for the apartments bigger so you can see exactly, you know, what it is. I can see it now. Before I could not see it. They also did it for this one over here so you can see it a bit more clear. And honestly, thank you to Yuki for this because my eyes were hurting there for a minute because the thumbnails was so small. I know I'm not overreacting about that. I think even in City Living, like San Myshuno, yeah, look at how big this apartment is. You know, you can actively see it. And this world is from like, what, 2017, 2018 or something like that. And you can clearly see them. With Ondarion, I don't know what they were thinking of, but now you can have them blown up. So thank you to Yuki. All right, so we are back in this house because the next mod has to do with the computer and the royalty and legacy expansion pack. You might know that we got the ability to have an investment account. Now this is quite interesting to me because I've always used Sim Realists, like the bills and the bank account mods. So we've had, you know, bank account thanks to mods, but The Sims added something kind of similar to it where, you know, in the name of it, investment account. Now this mod adds the ability to be able to invest up to 99 billion simoleons into your game because, well, this pack gave us royals, and you know, with royals comes a lot of money. But even, you know, if your Sims, your legacies, your dynasties, you know, you want to make sure that you're accruing, you know, cash over your gameplay. You know, you want to be able to raise those simoleons. So I did not know that we had this until today. Okay, call me living under a rock. I knew we had something like this. I could never find it though, but it's on the computer, and basically you're gonna go flip through these options and you see this open investment account right here. You're going to pay the $1,000, you know, to open it. And then Yvette's currently got $9.9 million, and I am not going to sit here and cheat to raise it up to 99 billion. You guys can do that on your own, but you can manage your investment account by checking its account activity. As you can see here, the account activity will be reported Tuesdays and Fridays when the markets close, but Yvette can check anytime from the computer. So we can make a deposit, and here we have this window pop up, and then I can just put in the 9.9, you know, million dollars that she has, and now we're left with 35,000. And now at any time you can come back in here and, you know, close the account and get your money back. You can make a withdrawal to, you know, take your money out. You can set your risk tolerance. I was told to keep it on medium. You know, you don't want to lowball it, but maybe you take it the high route. You know, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, they say. But I'm just going to keep it on medium. But the main thing about this was that you can have $99 billion now thanks to the mod that I'm showing you guys. So you can really create generational wealth now in The Sims. Also, another thing that I would add with this mod is the Sim Realist, you know, trio of mods with their, you know, SNB bills, the SNB bank, and then the financial center as well. That really makes it, you know, quite easy to make your Sims money, because in one of those accounts you can actually, you know, accrue like interests on it, so it'll constantly be making money. But this is another great way to have your Sims make money through this investment account, as well as also using SimRealist. So anyways, moving on to the next mod, you're probably wondering by now why Yvette has a child. And I found this mod, and babies can be kind of difficult in The Sims unless you have some mods to make it easier. This kind of flows into, at the beginning of the video, I said functional cribs. You can build a functional crib now in The Sims. But this first mod is baby cheats. So if I shift click on my baby right here, Edith, and you have testing cheats on, it will pull up this baby cheats little, you know, pie interaction thing right here. And in here, you can basically click on what you want to do. So if I want to, you know, make baby well rested, I can click on that button and, you know, it'll cheat it. If I want to make baby full, I can click on it and then it'll, you know, do that. If I want to come in here and say, oh, you know, maybe make baby need a diaper change, I can do that. Boom, you know, diaper change is needed. Yvette will come in here and fix that. So I thought that was really handy because sometimes newborns can get, you know, a lot. And that mod just seems like it would be quite easy if you're just under a lot of stress and you just need to click, you know, cheat it real quick, then do that. And Yvette's already started on the... Yvette! She started a mod way before I could get to the point. Anyways, she's probably like, shut up and move along. Anyways, the reason that you probably are all here today is last week, I'm pretty sure I showed you guys the Baby on the Way custom content pack by 6MCC. A lot of people were also saying that they wish that the crib was functional, like you could build it functionally. 6MCC did release a mod about 4 days ago allowing you to build the crib using the Parenthood pack. So you do need to have the Parenthood game pack in order to make this work, because with Parenthood came around like the school projects, and your children and up could build like different school projects. So your sim children can essentially build the cribs too. Anyways, since Yvette already got started on this, I am going to show you how to get to, you know, getting the box to make the crib. So I just typed in 6M because obviously I want to, you know, use 6M products. This is all of the Baby on the Way CC pack, the pack that kind of lets you actively like build, you know, the nursery and have that little storyline. Right here is going to be this build the crib box. None of these boxes are going to work. These are all just decoration boxes. If I put this down, it would not let me build the crib. You need to click on build the crib. You need to make sure that you have the build the crib mod in your game. Once I place this down, I can have Yvette come back in here and start working on this crib carefully. And as you can see, she opens the box up. It has all the PC parts there. And I'm just going to speed through this because it does take them a minute to build this. Because obviously, building a crib, from what I know, is not sometimes an easy task. It is like, you know, building Rome. And Rome wasn't built in a day. So it takes them a minute to do this. Plus, oh no, Yvette is level 10 and everything on this Let's Play, on this save file. Now you can see it's kind of like on stage 2. So she's got like the outer parts done. She's got the mattress on there. There's a few more pieces she's got to add. So we'll just kind of skim through this, you know, fast forward it so you guys aren't sitting here for, you know, hours in the Sims game watching Yvette put this crib together. Oh, and the baby's now fussing, so with the help of my baby cheats, I can just come over here and just cheat a bunch of stuff, you know, to help Yvette stay on track, you know, with her builds. Now Edith is calm again, and Yvette can fully focus on the task at hand. And now we can see that she's gotten this little, like, railing done. I'm pretty sure this goes on the front of the crib. And then she's still got this side piece and then a few other pieces to put together. I'm just waiting for her to finish this up. The baby is crying again, but thank you to my cheats. There she goes. I think that might be my new way to take care of Sims babies. Alright, and I don't know if you guys saw that, but Yvette finished the crib. So now that the crib is finished, Yvette finished building that, I can move it over to wherever I want to move it to. So if we have it in this corner, she can come over here and also change the color of the crib as well. So they've got a bunch of different options. I even love the detail of like the blanket on the side, like on the railing. So you can choose whichever, you know, color you want. I think I might just do this right. Actually, I kind of liked this one. They also have like this mobile right here. The main thing that I was trying to show you guys is you can build the crib functionally now. Okay. And I think that's pretty darn cool for a mod that, you know, has, or the custom content pack that had the ability to really tell a story of like, you know, building your nursery. Now you can functionally build a crib. That is really freaking cool. Anyways, those are all the mods that I had for you guys today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Let me know down below which mod was your favorite. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on the push notifications so you never miss another live stream or new video on this channel. And with that all being said, happy simming, and I will see you all later.